Hello students. In our last video we have explained dumping, a special form of price discrimination. In this video we are going to discuss about intertemporal price discrimination or peak load pricing. We know that price discrimination is the process of selling a product at different prices. Intertemporal price discrimination is the price discrimination based on time, different point of time. In the process of dumping, we have divided the customers on the basis of location as home market and foreign market. But here in intertemporal price discrimination, we are using time. Suppose if the demand for a product is having different time periods. For example, we can divide the time periods into two, time 1 and time 2. The demand for the product is high or strong or intense in time 1. That means there is higher demand in time 1 and there is comparatively lower demand in time 2. The intensity and strength of demand is lower in time 2. If the monopolist is controlling the supply, then he can charge higher price from time 1 and lower price from time 2. That is, higher price is charged when the demand is strong and lower price is charged when the demand is weak. Thus, a price discrimination which is based on time periods is known as intertemporal price discrimination. Let us take the example of KSEB or an electricity company. A company which is selling electricity can charge different prices on the basis of time. We know that the demand for electricity is very higher at the time of evening or night time and comparatively low demand during daytime. Therefore, suppose if the KSEB charges high price at the time evening time or night time and lower price during daytime, then it is called peak load pricing. Therefore, peak load pricing is a process of intertemporal price discrimination. Higher price is charged during peak load and lower price is charged during off-peak period. Let us examine the process of intertemporal price discrimination or peak load pricing with the help of a diagram. For showing intertemporal price discrimination, we have taken x-axis and y-axis. Quantity is represented on x-axis and price or average revenue is represented on y-axis. Marginal revenue and marginal cost also shown on y-axis. Here we have two demand curves. First demand curve is AR1, that is the demand curve 1. Corresponding MR is shown, MR1. And we have another demand curve that is AR2, that is equal to D2, demand curve 2. And we have corresponding MR2 also. This D1 shows strongest condition of demand and D2 shows weakest condition of demand. We have a normal marginal cost curve MC1. Through the equality of MC and MR, we have identified two equilibrium points. The initial equilibrium point is MR1 is intersecting MC, that is point R1, and second equilibrium point is MR2 which is intersecting MC at R2. These are the two equilibrium points. Corresponding to these equilibrium points, we can identify the quantities and prices of different periods. With regard to demand curve D1, we are having OQ1 quantity and Q1 P1 is the price of the commodity. The price charged by the monopolist when demand is D1 is Q1 P1. In the same manner, price charged at equilibrium point R2 is Q2 P2. The quantity sold is comparatively low in low price because the demand for the product is comparatively very low if the demand curve is D2. Therefore, in case of intertemporal price discrimination or in case of peak load pricing, the monopolist charges different prices on the basis of different time periods. Here in different time periods we are having different demands and automatically there will be different price in different time periods. This is known as intertemporal price discrimination or peak load pricing. Another important thing related with this equilibrium is that if the monopolist is producing OQ2 output, the marginal cost is comparatively lower. That is Q2 R2 is the marginal cost. Similarly, when output increases from Q2 to Q1, marginal cost also increases. It shows that higher output can be produced only at higher cost. Suppose if the government is the agency who is controlling this price discrimination, they may not charge different prices during different time periods. They will be charging an average of these prices. In case of KSEB, Kerala State Electricity Board, they are charging for electricity on the basis of the intensity of demand. If you are demanding higher and higher quantity, you will have to pay more. If you are demanding only lower quantity, you will be paying less. Not less amount, per unit amount of electricity also will be very low in case of low demand, and per unit cost of electricity will be very high if you are demanding higher units of electricity from KSEB.